Master Chief, thank you very much. I really appreciate this. This is an honor.
A moment 80 years in the making. Daryl Meeks, the son of U.S. Naval Reserve Seaman Second Class Freddie Meeks, receiving a letter of exoneration from the Navy on behalf of his father.
Our celebration really never ends when you have righteousness like this that we knew would occur at some point in time.
The road to this moment started on July 17th, 1944, at Port Chicago on San Francisco Bay. 2 U.S. Navy ships were destroyed when a cargo ship exploded while being loaded with ammunition. 320 sailors and civilians were killed. 2/3 were black. Their segregated units routinely assigned this dangerous duty. Hundreds more were injured. Black sailors who survived had to return to work, picking up human remains and handling munitions without proper training, all while white sailors were allowed leave.
My father talked about that. They did that for 30 days straight, with no time off.
In response, more than 250 black sailors refused orders to load ammunition due to working conditions, and soon after were convicted at courts-martials for disobeying orders and mutiny.
It just wasn't right for African-American people to be treated that way. It wasn't fair and it wasn't right.
After disciplinary threats, 208 of the sailors returned to work, but the other 50 who refused to return were convicted and charged with mutiny. They became known as the Port Chicago 50. Daryl says his father, along with the others, were shipped down to a prison in Long Beach, having to deal with brutal conditions.
They were forced to fight each other, and he broke his hand, actually.
It was a pain, Daryl says, his father and mother carried for decades, even after Freddie was released from prison and the Navy.
They made a pact where they would not discuss that with my sister, my brother, and myself. And they never did.
Now, 80 years later, on the anniversary of the explosion, Navy Secretary Carlos del Toro exonerated the sailors, calling the charges an enormous wrong. The White House adding that we all remember their courage, sacrifice, and service.
Dad enlisted because both of his brothers were in the Army, and he felt that he had an obligation to support and defend his country as well.
Thank God, and say to all those other families, I hope it has brought some peace, some comfort, some joy to you experiencing this moment. This is special for you, I know.
I'm Gio Insignoras, KCAL News.